Day 3, Championship Saturday of the NCAA West 2 Softball Regional. We're here with the West 2 Regional Champions of Dixie State University. Joining us for the post-game news conference, junior catcher and defensive or designated player Autumn Woodfall, head coach Randy Simkins, and senior second baseman Nicole Chavez. Coach, you've got them now 5 times out of 6 this year. What about this game is your overall impression against the Lancers?
Well, early it turned in about what I thought it was going to be. Pitcher's duel. Not a whole lot of really hard hits or whatever. And then, I told them in the locker room after. I think Sheila, kind of changed the complexion of the game with that first hit. Barrel one up, get it to the fence, and I think it changed the complexion a lot. All the rest of them, we had 3 really hard hits after that in the inning. So that was huge because we knew we could hit her. We beat her 6-zip and 6-1 early, but she threw the ball really well against us yesterday for the few hitters that she threw against. But we knew we had a chance. I told them, be patient, get yourself into hitters count. Woody just epitomized that. Got herself into a 2-0 count. You don't want to go 3-0 with the bases loaded. Took advantage of a mistake and hit it really well.
Let's talk about the second inning. You mentioned Gelter with the double to start it out. Then it ends up being 4 extra base hits in the frame. From your vantage point, you said you barreled it up, but from your comment and then Nikki, when you got up to the plate and got that laser beam over the wall, talk about how the complexion of that second inning really just changed the momentum of the ball game.
Oh yeah, one of our goals all the time is to score first, and it allows your pitcher to throw a little bit more relaxed. And obviously, Cheetah hitting one really hard, helps us a ton. And then, Chavez just, hits a bullet. But these guys don't miss mistakes. We talked about that a while ago with somebody. The difference between these guys and a lot of other good teams is you make a mistake with these guys and they don't miss it very often. Other teams that, they might miss a mistake, foul it off or whatever. These guys don't miss it very often.
Nikki, from your end, talk about the situation coming up in that inning where a run has already been put up on the board, or 2 runs been put up on the board, and now you have a chance to continue that momentum.
It's just nice to have a lot of runs on the board just for our pitchers. Insurance runs are always great. We need those because Cal Baptist is a great team. Look at them, they almost came back. We need those insurance runs, and it was just nice to have those behind us when we went out the next inning.
Woody, it's no surprise that you're not in the starting lineup every day based on performances. It's either you or Brooklyn, and even getting spots in the catching role behind Marla. But in the prime opportunity, especially early in this regional, you got advantage of a at-bat and has played really well. Set up the situation where you've got bases loaded and you actually get ahead 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, what's nice about having our lineup is that I have Mallory Polson in front of me and I have Sheila Gelter behind me. 2 both phenomenal hitters, so I know if I'm not getting it done, somebody ahead of me or somebody behind me or somebody else in the lineup is going to get it done. So it takes off a lot of pressure on myself. And like Coach said, just get yourself in a good count. The first 2 strikes, or first 2 balls were low, and obviously I needed something upper in the zone to hit into the grass and tag up and score somebody. Just went my way.
Media, questions?
Yeah, you took one of mine.
Sorry about that.
Well, Coach, here's one for you. If Sherwin makes a superhero catch in the outfield, you guys are done in 4.5.
Yeah.
Did you guys, did that, you think, affect the play at all? Or?
No. Jordan's a good hitter, and we'd kind of lived away from her a lot. Her power, I think, is probably more middle in. We definitely didn't want her to hit one, deep right field or anything like that. But she got a good pitch, and she put a good swing on it. That's probably as good as she can hit a ball that way. We had Sherwin in a little bit, to protect against him because she kind of just fouled some stuff off that way. But, probably got a little bit more of the plate with that pitch than we wanted, and she barreled it up pretty well. But, we knew that, hey, if Sherwin makes the play, great. If not, we'll come back and, make good pitches against the next hitter in the lineup.
All right.
Nicole,
go ahead.
All of you guys in the infield, all 4 of you made some really great plays defensively, especially Sheila, the line right at her. Just you guys on defense, just how do you feel like the improvement for you guys today?
I love our defense, and to know that no matter there's nothing going to get through or we're not going to make a mistake is great, and especially for our pitchers. I feel like we're just one big family in that infield, and Any Hoops for Life. I mean, we have this chemistry that no one else has, and I love it.
Just talk about briefly the decision to pull in Aaron and take Michelle.
Duncan has just phenomenal numbers against Cal Baptist. Probably better than anybody else that's thrown against them. And they've seen her 4 different times this year, and still has great numbers. And usually, familiarity favors the hitter. And she had 1 hit going into the last inning that she started, or giving up 1 hit against her going into the last inning, and give a couple runs, and a few pitches that she might have wanted back and a walk, but I had full confidence no matter who we started, whether we started Aaron and brought in Duncan at the end, or started Duncan and brought in Aaron. They both had really good opponents' batting average numbers against Cal Baptist, low 200s. Right around the 200 mark. So Cal Baptist hadn't hit them hard. They might have scored a few runs and they ended up beating us down there, but they didn't hit it hard. So we knew, hey, if we don't make mistakes, we don't walk people. I didn't think they were good enough to beat us just standing and hit. And just because Duncan and Pfeiffer both had really good numbers, and they're a good team. They swing it really well. And, I say 5, 6, 7 times you see somebody, it's really hard to get them out, but they both did a great job. I thought Aaron was really good, came in with the bases loaded, he gets to strike out, fly out. I told her I've never been prouder of you, because that's a really tough situation with really, really good hitters. So.
All right, just lastly from me anyway, you had really aggressive play calling at the end, especially on the base running. Is that because it was Cal Baptist, or is it?
No, we just, we had a little bit of a cushion for a lead, especially late. We wanted to try something, put pressure on them and see what they do. They made a play, and that's one of the only times that we've ever failed in something like that this year. It's something we'll definitely work on this week. Because we're going to end up in situations like that against good teams. So we're going to have to make sure, the ball comes out of the hand before we go. Make sure it gets thrown in the right spot. See what they do defensively. But no, it's a risk you take. You probably wouldn't take the risk if it's a little closer game, or definitely if we're behind.
Final question from me. Allow Nicole to answer it first, then Autumn, then Coach. Think I know the answer, but just for confirmation. 3rd super regional now in program history. Does it matter to you where it's at and who you guys play?
I honestly don't think it does to me. I mean, wherever we go, we need to be on top of our game. If it's home, great. If it's not, we got to go out hard and beat whoever we need to beat.
For me, it doesn't really matter either, but there's a special feeling when you play on your home field. Usually we have the advantage of 100-degree weather, sunny, and somehow this weekend we have lightning delays and rain and wind, but it doesn't affect us. But there is a special feeling when you're on your home field with your family and playing hard. Yeah,
no, they're all good now, so it doesn't matter where you're playing or who you're playing. You're still going to have to play well. We're going to have a good week of practice, and if we're fortunate enough to host it here, even better. We've won games in both dugouts. We've won games as home and visitor. So, I don't think there's any superstitions or jersey colors. We've done it, in blue jersey, we've done it in red jerseys. It really doesn't matter. So, you know what? We'll have a good week of practice and get after it.
2015 Pac West champs, 2015 West 2 regional champs. Next on the docket, the Super Regionals. Congratulations to Dixie State.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.